What's up, everybody? This is Peter again for Sports Hot Rumors and Debates. How are you guys today? So, I wanted to make a video today because it's been a few weeks before I wanted to post something about the Cardinals and a couple of the updates, but the Cardinals had a few weeks since I posted, and I kind of wanted to see what Cardinals teams show up before I gave you an analysis of what I think. So, if we go all the way back to when they played the Packers, right? This is the last time I wanted to talk. The Arizona Cardinals got outcoached, outplayed by the Packers, and they still should have won the game. And, A.J. Green, obviously, at first glance, you're like, what the F is going on? And then you seen it was a miss audible. Otherwise, A.J. catches that, Arizona wins. And it would have been a phenomenal drive. But you tip your hat to the Packers because the way they kept the ball out of Arizona's hands, out of Kyler's hands, with just running the ball with Aaron Jones and dominating the clock was terrific. So they just got outplayed, but it's a learning experience, right? I think even if Devontae was playing, it may have changed the way Arizona played because I don't think they would have obviously ran that much, and Arizona still may have beat them. But it is what it is, right? It was a good game. Then you go to, because of that, Kyler gets hurt on that last play. Hopkins was hurt that whole time, and you can clearly see that. I wish they stopped Hopkins from going back in because you can see what that did to him because he clearly hasn't been the same since, right? He just didn't look good since that Packer game. He was hurt before that. He's pretty much hurt all year, but then that's why he's been out. Even in practice, he's trying. He just can't do it. So then you play the San Francisco 49ers. Now you're losing your star quarterback as well as one of the best receivers in the game, if not the best, right now. So how do you play? You got a guy like Colt McCoy who it's hard not to like Colt McCoy because he's tough, plays really hard, and you beat a tough San Francisco 49er team because you see the Niners are playing well, and, they really played very well against San Francisco. Was very smart with the ball. James Conner was just an absolute animal, which is something we needed and missed for the last few years. So we needed somebody who can just dominate it. Helped McCoy. Arizona, probably the best coaching job I've seen, Cliff do, and since he's been here. Amazing job. You bounce back after the tough Green Bay loss, right? Then you get destroyed by a great Carolina defense, who I think it honestly shows really glimpses of how good they can be on defense sometimes. Then some games they just, I think because their offense struggles too, their defense is a lot better than you think, but their defense at times looks dominant. And Arizona just, they got smothered by them. You got your ass kicked. It happens to everybody. Happens to the Chiefs. Rarely teams go undefeated, so it is what it is, right? You tip your hat to the Panthers in that situation. Now, let's go to this game with Seattle because now you got Colt McCoy with 1-1 because he didn't look good in that game, right? But neither did the team. You think maybe Kyler's going to come back. I love the fact that he didn't come back yesterday, regardless of what, because I'll tell you why. If he comes back yesterday, gets hurt, with the bye week coming up, you're giving Kyler a lot of chance to get back and rest, right? But the way the Arizona Cardinals played yesterday was one of their best games I've seen in a very long time. And yesterday was, if this Arizona Cardinal team, if that coaching job shows up when Kyler Murray's the quarterback, I think we can win every game. And let me explain why. Please take a look at the video if you haven't and watch how Colt McCoy is just finding guys 7 and 8 yards. And if anybody who watches my videos knows me, is I've been saying this for the longest time. Stop going sexy. Stop doing things. Just, you got dominant receivers, right? Who could just do good things. And I'm not going to say dominant, but guys who know how to run routes, 6-7 yard plays. You're making it 2nd and 2, 3rd and 2. And then the reason why I don't mind 3rd and 2, we like to go for it on 4th. So, and Cliff, this is where Cliff is terrific and creative. So this is what I'm talking about. If you watched the game yesterday, it got close a little bit, but Arizona dominated that whole game. Colt McCoy was phenomenal. Connor was really good. The defense showed up against Russell Wilson, who's, sorry, I'm in New York. Russell Wilson is still one of the best quarterbacks, so hard to tackle. And Arizona just was all over him. I mean, all over him. But the offense to me, and you remember when I told you when we got Zach Ertz, that's the game changer. That was the game changer. And nobody's going to really understand why until yesterday, because Zach Ertz is a phenomenal tight end. And, you're throwing him. You don't need to have to worry about people's fantasy numbers and everything. Kyler's going to get his numbers, but if everybody just knows that it's a team effort, you can spread that ball around between Moore, Kirk, Connor, DeAndre, Ertz, even Wes. I mean, you can spread that ball around, right? And Moore was fantastic yesterday. That is the reason you got him. This is what I think we were hoping for with Isabella, somebody in the slot that can go fast, and it just never worked out. But and that Metcalf thing will always bother me. But that's something that if Arizona is smart every week, you do that. You don't. It may not be the sexiest thing, but good Lord, what we can do if we just do those plays. They're not check down plays. They're beautiful 7-8 yard plays. Then you take some shots, but if you do that and then you establish the run, you're unbeatable. You're unbeatable. Now, Arizona, after that loss to Green Bay and after all the guys getting hurt, they could have easily just started going the wrong way and went on a losing streak, and it could have been a lot worse. Guys, I'm so sorry. I just got interrupted, and I had to pause it for a second. But what... I kind of lost my train of thought here, but what I was trying to say was, if you do these plays, if you do these check down plays, even though they're not check down, you got this. Who can really beat Arizona, right? That's what I was saying. So if you look, we could have easily went undefeated, and then all of a sudden just went on a losing streak after that Packer game. You could have easily went down losing at San Francisco, then at Carolina, and then losing at Seattle. You could have easily went down and just got murdered, and then all of a sudden just completely almost out of the playoff thing. But no, that didn't happen. I'll tell you what happened. Colt McCoy and Cliff, they did smart. Cliff Kingsbury showed why he deserves to be in the coaching job now by he's stepping up. He didn't do these stupid plays anymore. He's learned from his mistakes. And then for me, that's where I'm so excited, because at this point in Arizona, you didn't know where it was going to go with Cliff. It could have easily been a mistake. And I remember last year saying this and saying, what is Cliff going to do? Are they going to fire him? They gave him another chance, which was deserved because you didn't know how it was going to happen. And he proved, really well. And I'm proud of it. And then I could just say, now with the bye week coming up, you got Arizona able to get healthy. And then hopefully they learn from these things and get Zach Ertz more involved, help Connor involved, not force the ball to DeAndre because you don't need to. Let DeAndre get better, and then you got it, right? You got a team that is a force to be reckoned with. You're first place in the NFC. You want to definitely get home advantage. And if you keep doing this, Arizona is one of those teams that no one's going to want to play. But you have to be smart. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.